Hey everyone, it's Nick, and we're going to talk about some areas you should consider when thinking about using AI with your company, in your house, or with your small business. Let's talk about it. So, AI is everywhere, and I was having this conversation at work, and you could come up with 100 different companies or tools now that have AI in it, and you need to evaluate this and figure out if you're going to use it in what you're doing, whether it's a small business, a sole proprietorship, or with a large corporation. Obviously, integrating AI into your app is a big undertaking, so that's certainly an option, and there are so many tools out there that you can just purchase, and it could either be integrated into something by the company you bought it for, or it could be something that you work on separately from some of the other apps that you're working with. So I've narrowed my view down to 3 specific areas that I think everyone should be looking at when they're evaluating should you be using AI. And I want to say that there are a lot of free tools out there where you can generate things, but I think we have iterated past generative AI and using the technology that's behind generative AI to do a few more things and automate some processes that are worth taking a look at. And there is a significant cost associated with a lot of these, right? It's not free anymore. So with generative AI, you could certainly use it to generate content for scripts for a video, a movie, a blog post. I've made videos about packing lists and menu planning. So it's great at generating content that you program in. But now there are tools available that can leverage the ability of AI to understand the written language that I think would be helpful and are certainly some starting areas for you and the people in your company to talk about and look at and understand, do you want to try this, and are there areas that you want to utilize this in? And I think that's probably the starting point there is talk with the people. Do not make a top-down decision and say, we're going to use this application and we are going to see how this goes. Because a lot of AI tools that I'm seeing, I'm not going to put anyone under the bus here, but there are not a lot of tools that I've seen that integrate with a lot of the systems that we use that come with a free trial. And I certainly would love even to see more than just a perfect example of a case study or a live demo. I want to see it in the data that I am going to use, because a lot of the data sets that they work with are perfect, are built so that they work with the AI. Using AI to solve a problem, it's in the real world where the data is just not there. I want to know how it's there. There's not a lot of free trials, so you really need buy-in from the people that are going to implement this, because it's not free. There's a cost associated with a lot of the AI services that I'm seeing that are doing the things that I'm personally looking at. Now, that's not to say that they aren't out there where it's free or do have trial periods, but a lot of the ones I'm seeing don't, which is fine. So if you're the leader or the decision maker and you're getting team buy-in, then having this option available is important to try stuff and have buy-in, but then also understanding that once we invest this money, we need to get an ROI on it is key. And especially if you're helping the decision maker, understanding that piece has been huge for me as well. So let's look at the 3 areas that I want to talk about. The first area is just communications. So communicating, whether you're keeping in contact with people or some of the cool things that I've seen, it reaches out to people in our databases that can talk with them and figure out, are they interested in the job? And these all integrate with a lot of the platforms that we use. But AI is a great tool to automate automation. Now, this can be scary. There are a lot of salespeople out there, I think, that I've talked to that are a little frightened of AI talking to their clients. And I think where this is really important is just every day, just automating things like sending contact information out and at least gathering information. Obviously, getting email lists together is super easy, but potentially using AI to compile that list, to write an email for that list, or to have some interactions with people once you've given AI something to send out and collect that data and compile it. I think there are a lot of uses where you don't have to have AI talking directly to your sales contacts, but definitely if you're working with like consultants or something, just touching base, even just automating sending out holiday greetings, I think would be super important. The next one that I want to talk about, the second area, is data analysis. And it's not up to AI to make the decision, but it's definitely going to take data from a lot of unformatted areas and compile it into something that it thinks you might want to look at. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't think we've really experimented a lot with AI, but I think that AI would be a great place to use and gather data and compile it. So building a database from a larger database. If you have a customer management system, customer relation management, if you have a customer relation management system and maybe a lot of different people are putting data in and they put it in different ways, I think collecting data from that and using AI tools to farm data from that, mine data from that, a more organized format to help you develop some data insights would be a really important process there. And I think the third and biggest and once you have that data in a format that you can use, you can formulate your own insights or have AI rework some stuff so that you can see how it interprets the data and see if you can, as a decision maker, gain some insight into what to do with that data and what it means. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt because AI is making some assumptions about how the data is put together and where it collects it, but it might be something that you and your organization can benefit from. The third and final big topic I think that I've seen a lot of AI tools, other than generative AI, right? We're talking automating processes, is really human resources or website contact, chatbots. I think that's such a huge thing where you can be open, so to speak, and you can have it monitor conversations and transcribe it and collect that data as well. But then also have an AI chatbot on your website or whatever, wherever you can put it, wherever you're comfortable having it, I think is really going to go far to make sure and take care of that constant contact. Now, I talked about communication, and that's proactive communication. That was my first point. But really, when I'm saying this with chatbots and customer relations and interactions, it's reactive communication. So I think you've seen a lot of chatbots that say, can I help you? Can we talk about this? I can't help it. Let me connect you with someone. Having that some type of feedback and some process to flatten a learning curve to find the information that your customers looking for would be a huge spot to start to look for that. I think some honorable mentions as well is using AI to put together some training plans. Also using AI to put things like Boolean string or to help, again, using generative AI in a constructive way to take a question, to analyze a job description or a resume and put that into a more reasonable or understandable format depending on where you're at. And then obviously using AI almost like a search engine to help find data and generate lists are just so important. Hey, I hope that these were very short but useful bullet points. Have that conversation with your company and your employees and your enablers or worker bees or whatever you'd like to call them, your workers, your employees, your supervisors, everyone that's going to have to implement what you're making. Get their buy-in and decide where they also feel that they could use AI, because again, top-down decision making is not always great. And if you decide to spend a lot of money on AI that you're not going to get an ROI in because people don't have buy-in, I think that is detrimental to the company. I also feel that buy-in is really important right now, and if you don't have buy-in, you're not going to realize the true potential and get a good understanding of, will this AI tool work for me? Let me know in the comments maybe some of your tools. I didn't talk about specific tools because there's so much out there, and I definitely don't want to be biased right now. As I learn more about tools that I've used, I would love to talk about that more on specific videos, and always check back more for videos that I make about cool ways to use generative AI. I really do want to do some more videos about training, and if you're setting up a training class or training curriculum for the first time, or if you're trying to refine some stuff, definitely use some generative AI. So we'll talk more about that and check back more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below your favorite AI tool. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.